excited to talk to you. You're excited to talk to me.
Yes.
This is great. And by the way, thank you for I feel so happy that you gave me that compliment, that you've seen my work.
Yeah.
I've seen your work. I want to give you that compliment, of course. So let's just get right to it. What's up, everybody? I'm with the man, Paul Ponce, here at the 2017 IJA Fest. Paul, how'd you get into performing?
I started when I was 6, and I started because of my parents. My parents are also performers.
Okay.
They've been performing also since they were kids. My father is a 5th generation entertainer, my mother a 3rd generation.
Wow, okay.
So that makes me 6th.
Okay, so then when you grew up, what was the training like, or getting ready to do shows? You started at what age to do performing?
To perform in front of people at 7.
At 7. What was the experience like that?
It was really special, and I was really scared to go out in the audience. It was at the opera.
At the opera?
Yes, in Glasgow, in Scotland.
Oh, cool. I've been to Glasgow.
At Theatre Royale.
Okay, yeah.
And it was very special. It was
nice.
The 3rd scene of The Battered Bride. They have a circus scene there.
Okay.
And they hired real professional artists, my parents. And the producer saw me practicing backstage and said, well, you can put him also on stage. He would look good on the scene of the opera.
Right.
And that's how I started.
How did that make you feel, that first time going on stage with that audience?
It was really nerve-wracking at the beginning.
Right. And isn't that true?
Beautiful.
It's always nerve-wracking.
Yes.
It's a scary thing, performing. But when you really do it and you love it, it tends to grow on you, right?
Yes.
Very cool. You want to just keep juggling?
Well, I was performing almost every night in the opera with my parents for those 2 months that we were in the contract. And then when we went to the United States, my parents were performing for Ice Follies and Holiday on Ice.
Yes, Holiday on Ice, great show.
Yes.
But a friend of mine, he was an ice skater and did the Holiday on Ice. It's sad that it kind of closed.
Yes.
But it's such a nice show because the costumes are great, the pyro is great, juggling. I mean, good stuff.
I started also rehearsing on skates, and the producer Kenneth Fell and his father Irving saw me there and said, "Oh, you have to do it as well with your father." And so that's how I started.
What was it like meeting the Feld family?
Oh, it's great.
Because I've worked for them, the Feld as well.
They were beautiful, and that's when I started. They liked what I was doing as a little boy, and I was working 4 years with them.
Yeah, you grew up with the ice skates and juggling. I remember seeing your dad, a video with him, and he was on a small little ice rink, but he was doing all sorts of amazing fast tricks.
Yeah.
And you got these small clubs. Where did the small clubs come from?
That's the one that he got when he was young in Argentina.
Okay.
And they're handmade, each one. It's made out of wood, and then it's wire. Just all the inside of the big part is wires and paper, blue paper, newspaper.
So you're spinning it so fast. What happens if it hits your hands? Will it cut?
It's very uncomfortable. Yeah, very uncomfortable. That was my dad's. Then my father made me another type of clubs, which were all wooden and plastic part in the end. But I wasn't comfortable with that until I found these ones that are much lighter, the ones that I use now.
And why do you like light clubs?
I've always liked them because I guess it feels more comfortable, and I don't get so tired practicing those many hours.
Ah, perfect. Very, very smart. Have you had any wild experiences being on stage? Like maybe you were doing a show and something unexpected happened?
Something unexpected happened when I was performing in the casino in Monaco.
Okay.
And my parents came for the first time to see me live. They haven't seen me. They saw videos of me because they were always performing, so they could never come and see my shows. I was only 19 then, and in the casino in Monaco, my parents were sitting. Prince Albert was also sitting there, and right after my act, when I finished, my mom comes on stage and gives me a kiss because she was so happy to see me perform live. That was really funny.
Beautiful. Any advice that you'd like to give to someone that wants to be a performer like you? What would you give them?
Well, to keep going for your dreams and to persevere, because life, like juggling, is about perseverance. We want things easy many times because success. We want a rapid success, but it doesn't work that way. We need to work on things, and the good things in life take time and take a lot of effort and a lot of practice and perseverance.
Right, absolutely. What's it like having a family performing and traveling?
Oh, it's amazing. That's one of the biggest blessings of these past 10 years of my life. I've been married for 12 years. Now we're expecting our 5th baby.
Wow.
The 4
beautiful
the 4 children that we have now were born. The first one in Germany 10 years ago in Berlin. The next one in Amsterdam and Holland 9 years ago.
Wow.
The girl 8 years ago in Portugal in Lisbon. The little baby that's 1 year old was born in Spain, and now we're expecting the next baby to be born in Mexico, where we're performing now in Cancun.
You're kidding me?
No,
that's amazing.
Yes.
So do they have to, every birthday, they have to go back to where they were born?
No,
do you guys have little parties?
No, but they're very happy and proud of being born in each country, because we love soccer, football.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. You got the
Yeah.
soccer ball in your act.
Yes.
So what do you guys do with playing soccer? You guys go to soccer games? Or?
Yes, we love
Who's your
soccer.
favorite team?
Well, I come from Argentina, and Argentina
Okay.
is my team.
Okay.
So
Oh, you know what's so crazy? Okay, so those who don't know, Paul Ponce's wife is Brazilian.
Yes.
Okay, and you're You love
There's
Argentina.
a lot of competition between
There's a
Argentina and Brazil.
huge competition because
Yeah.
I performed in Brazil,
Yeah.
and then after that we went to Argentina to
Yeah.
perform at the Rex Theater.
Okay.
You know the Rex, and next and by the where the pink mansion is and
Yes,
everything. And one time some guy said, "Oh, you're from Brazil," and he said, "Oh no, we don't like the Brazilian,
That's
and we
right,
don't.
a lot of
No, you don't talk to
competition.
them. We don't
Yeah.
talk to them. But your wife's Brazilian.
I know.
When you watch football, does she go for Brazil?
Of course, and that's a problem with our kids. The kids cannot root. They cannot go for Argentina or Brazil. So
Wait. And they go for Spain. They go
No,
for the
they
country.
go for their
They go for the
country.
countries that they're with.
Germany.
Argentina, Germany.
Germany is
Genius.
Yes.
So you can watch all the games for a reason.
the last World Cup. The 4 last teams in the semifinals were in our country.
Okay.
So we had Argentina and Brazil, and we had Holland and Germany.
Yes.
So the two
Yes.
oldest kids and us, we had a picture taken, each one with a T-shirt of our country.
That's perfect.
And we said, "World Cup stays in the family. The cup stays in the family."
Where were you during the World Cup of last year?
We were in the last World Cup in.
Because I was in Brazil. I was in
We
Brazil.
were in Spain.
Okay,
We
so you're in
watched
Spain. So who is born in Spain? Which one of the
Well,
kids?
the last one, but Spain was in the semifinals.
So the baby. The baby. So
is
he's
born.
he's got the
Yeah,
say in what's
yeah,
going on.
that's
he's,
right.
he's the little man, but
Yeah.
he's got the say,
Yes.
and everyone has to go for
And
Spain.
even the little girl for Portugal, she has a great team.
What's her name?
Lia Maria, but we call
Leah
her
Manning.
Lili.
What are the other names of your
Jose
kids?
is the next one after Lia Maria.
Jose?
Was born in Amsterdam
And
in Holland.
he's a Dutch. Okay, they're
Yes.
good because he wears orange all the time.
That's
he
right.
loves that. That's a good team. That's a
Yes.
good team. And then
Yeah.
who's the next one?
Germany, Berlin.
Okay.
Pablo.
Yeah, I don't know if you can
handle.
handle. Germany's pretty good.
That's too good.
Germany's
As
real.
Argentinians,
So
we
Pablo
don't like
is
it.
pretty much got the say for everybody.
He's the one who's winning
But
all the games.
I mean, come on. Like, if you look at it, Messi,
yes.
it's amazing
he's
how
fantastic.
fast he moves.
Yeah.
He looks like magic.
Yeah.
He runs fast. I feel like he has magnets on his feet.
Yes.
Because he
No,
runs
he's
so
amazing.
fast, the ball just
We
stays
love
where he
I've
goes.
seen him many times live playing in Barcelona.
Who's your wife's favorite player?
She likes the Brazilians, Neymar. She likes Neymar.
course, of
But they play
course.
together. So Neymar
Okay.
and Messi play in the same team. So that
Nice.
works out good for both of
So
us.
Argentina, you like tango. Okay,
Yeah.
you have amazing pizza. I had great
Yes.
deep dish pizza right
And
there.
good steaks.
And Las Cuatentas, which is right across from Rex. I went there.
Okay.
Amazing pizza.
Yeah.
The pineapples on top. You guys put the
Oh,
olives.
yeah.
So good.
It is
So
good.
good. But I gotta say, I go to Brazil. I have punto queijo, mapa
Yes.
sal.
Oh, I love Brazil. I
Yeah.
go often to visit my wife's family.
So you have all the great dishes.
Yes.
You got German food.
Yeah.
You got Dutch food. I mean, that's great. That's good. That's a
fun.
great family.
It
And
is.
not just that. When I saw you today, you guys did like the guest speaking, and I said, man, that's a great family. You love your kids so much.
Yes, I do.
It seems like playtime when you guys have practice
Oh, yeah,
together.
yeah.
You're helping teach the kids to juggle. You train with them.
And we
you
teach
you have
them-
you have focus time for show, serious
Plus
time,
also
and you have
study
play
time. And study because we are the teachers. We have to teach them schools.
This is circus
So
school.
it's 24
This is
hours
Paul
a day.
Ponce circus school. You want to be a professional? This is the
Yeah.
way they go. I admire that, and I see how joy they have.
Yeah,
they have
they're-
so much joy and
they're
love
happy.
for their dad. And like,
Yes.
do you feel like which kid wants to? I mean, I'm the same way as my dad. I want to. Hey, Daddy, watch me, and I want to do the best.
Yeah,
Which
you
one
wanna
of your
show off.
sons wants to show off as much as possible
The
for you?
three of them like to
No
show
way.
off. They love it.
That's good competition.
Yeah. And they perform together.
I-
You'll see it on Saturday. You'll see.
How do you say? What was your daughter's name?
Lily.
Lily. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Lily is a cutie pie.
She is.
She's a cutie pie. She's like just walks around, and you can tell she's like smiling and like,
Yes.
look at me.
Mhm.
She's gonna be great. I mean, all of them are great, but she is wow. She's
Yeah.
good.
Oh.
Everyone has their own little style, and
They are.
the one guy that did the 5,
Yes,
he did
Pablo.
5 hats. Pablo, how old is he?
He's 10.
10 years old, did 5 hats already. Very, very
Yeah,
amazing.
yes.
You got this down to a science. When
Okay,
you
so-
train or the kids and you guys practice, how does
Yeah.
that work?
Well, we do around 2 hours, 2 hours or 2 hours and a half practice 4 or 5 times a week.
Okay.
As a family.
Okay.
And the first hour is each one juggles by themselves.
Okay.
And I juggle by myself. So we just take our own time.
Mhm.
And after that hour, sometimes I sit or I tell them, now you have to do your routine together because they juggle together as well.
Nice.
Their routine. So they have to juggle.
Did you learn this from your dad and your mom? Because they're circus performers. Was this something that you kind of passed down to
That's
your
right.
kids?
Practice, yes. I started
That's how you
practicing because
started?
I started, but I was alone. I didn't have siblings to practice with.
But your dad would kind of train you in a way, okay, this
Yeah,
is where you focus
but
on the
actually
show.
it was my mom. My mom's not the juggler, but she's the one who told me, you have to practice. You have to do this. You have to start.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
because she knew that I needed to start young at 6.
But your dad's the juggler.
So he was the
You
juggler.
became the juggler.
Yeah. Funny, huh?
Wow. You would think that your dad would be like, but your dad was cool. Like, okay,
Yeah.
if he wants to do what he wants, let him do what he
Yes.
wants. Or maybe your dad was like, I don't know if you should get into juggling. It's
Yeah.
very hard work. Your mom
Yeah.
was like,
No,
nah.
he has to.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Your mom, she seems very nice, very loving.
Yes, she is
That's
very nice.
that's. So do you see your mom when you travel?
We
and see your
try
dad?
to. They're always performing in different countries as we are, and if we have time off, we try to see each other.
Okay, so it depends on contracts. If she's in a
Exactly.
certain show, then you guys are in a certain
We were
show.
very lucky in 2012 to be working for 4 months in the same show.
Oh, perfect.
Which doesn't happen
Perfect.
that often.
Perfect.
We were in Hamburg in
Perfecto.
Germany in the same show, and that was fantastic.
Okay, and then from
Yeah.
there, now you were traveling.
Yeah.
You're just in Mexico now.
We're in Mexico performing now until November, and my parents were in Israel.
Where in
performing-
Mexico did you go?
In Cancun.
Okay, Cancun.
Yeah.
By I was just there with the El Dorado Resorts. Between Playa del Carmen and Cancun is the next to Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah,
the-
Vidanta.
Vidanta.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yes. It's not far. We're at the Moon Palace, which is not far from the
Okay.
airport.
How'd it go?
It's going great. We
Cool.
had the show on Wednesday, and we start next Wednesday again.
Awesome. Great. And the kids are performing
They're
the show.
performing there as well.
What do they? How do they feel now? What is it like seeing your kids perform in the show?
Oh, I feel so
Enthusiastic.
proud. So
You know?
proud. And
Does this
to
pump
see-
you up for your practice?
Yeah. To see them perform and to see the audience love them, I say, wow, what a moment in one's life to see your children performing and getting this applause and this cheers from the audience.
There you have it.
Yeah.
You gotta have kids. You gotta have jugglers. You're just gonna have the wife say, "You gotta become jugglers." It'll be fine. You just relax. She says, "You guys become jugglers." That's the trick. Wow.
And I told them, if you don't want to become jugglers in the future, it doesn't matter. You still have that with you.
Yes.
You still are doing juggling at such a young age. It will help you if you decide to do something else,
Absolutely.
do studies.
Go to
That's
school,
fine.
yeah.
But if you ever want to go back and be a performer, you always have that juggling skills that you learned as a kid.
I agree.
That will help you.
I got my business finance degree. I finished college and everything, and I was still performing. And
Yeah.
everything about performing I learned for me to better myself as a better man
That's
in
true.
life.
Yeah.
Performing is so. The
It
thing is,
adds.
we're not just jugglers. We're a businessmen. We
Yeah.
deal with contracts. We travel.
Yeah.
We deal with looking well, professional,
Yeah.
working out, taking
there's
care of
a lot of
yourself.
details, yeah.
It's a lifestyle. It's like
Yeah.
surfing. So you have to live this lifestyle. At a young age, your kids are learning it
Yes.
already.
Yeah.
I wish I learned that at a young age. I mean, I
Yeah.
did, but it was for me. It wasn't coming from a circus family. It was hard work for myself. Then
Yeah.
growing up, then later
you had to
on meeting Vladimir
persevere.
Zarkov and all these amazing performers.
Yeah.
And I learned through them by performing. And luckily, I was able to meet the right performers at such a young age to know this is how you do it. This is
Yeah.
how you approach. This is how you carry yourself backstage. This is
Yes.
how you carry yourself on stage.
And now
this is
you're
what
giving
you wear.
back with this podcast.
Yeah? Yeah, you are. You are. I mean, they don't care about me. They listen to me. They love you. But yeah, in a way, that's what I wanted to do. I have so many friends in circuses,
Yeah.
and I enjoy just talking to them. And I said, you know what? We all know what everyone does on stage, but we don't know what their backstage
Yeah.
is like. What they are is their life, their story,
right.
and everyone has a story.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like I want to give back and share that. And I feel like I'm a kind of a people person,
Yeah.
so it works out pretty well. What has performing, not just juggling, given back to you?
It's just such a joy when you perform and see audience liking what you're doing. That really fulfills you.
Yeah.
And so every single show is special because every time I go on stage and I see the audience looking back at me,
Okay.
I said, oh my God, these people are there maybe the first time and might be the last time that they see me. So I only have this opportunity, this chance to give them my best show.
Yeah.
So it
and
really-
that's so special.
It is. It's
so easy to go. I've done all these shows, man. It's draining on me. There's so many. Like I've done over 3,000 shows for Universal just within a 1 year and a half of doing
Wow.
so many shows.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, you do the grind, right?
Yeah.
You put the costume at 10 minutes call time. Okay, I'll wait. 5 minutes call time. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And then you go and you do it, and it feels like okay. But just like with Du Soleil or someone that works at these big shows, yeah, when you see their face
Yeah.
and you see that this is someone, and I like the way
Yeah.
you say this, and because now, of course, I've done in the past, but now this is really means a lot when you feel like this person is the first time seeing them, and who am I to give them not the best show
Yeah.
because then they're gonna leave and tell their friends and so forth, and I want to make sure if I see their smiles, I
Yeah.
know at least this is a day I made someone happy.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
And then the next day is a new day, and then a new day.
A
So it never ends.
That's like our life is like that.
That's
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah.
So every day is happiness. You
Yeah.
talked about doing a big show with the Pope.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was so special because my wife and me, we met through the church.
I have a crazy story. You want me to share it really
Yeah.
quick? Okay, so I went to Rome with a friend of mine. We flew from Netherlands. We were break on tour. We basically flew, and it's kind of a wild story. But we stayed the night. We couldn't find a place, so we stayed. We were trying to go up the stairs and went to this hostel. It's called Happy Days. And the guy we knocked on, he wasn't really happy. He was like, "Hey, we're not really open." But you know how in Italy you go up and it's inside.
Yeah.
The stairs are inside. So you close the door. It was kind of raining. And we're like, "Hey, it's about midnight. Maybe we should just stay here or just chill and talk on the chair, talk on the stairs." Or we were walking down the staircase. We just sat there, and eventually I started falling asleep. He fell asleep. We woke up at 5, and we're like, "Whoa, we just fell asleep on the stairs. You know what? Let's go downstairs." We went to a little coffee shop. We kind of like washed ourselves in a bit. Got outside. There's all these Brazilians, all these people going to the center. What is going on? Why are there so many people here? The Pope was there that day. He had his Pope mobile and everything. I was like, what's the chances of me flying to Rome and seeing the Pope? It was literally about 10,000 people.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So, did you perform for 10,000 people?
It was 700,000 because it was World Youth Day. It was the
Okay, hold on. Can we just say it one more time? I saw 10,000 people. I felt like, wow, I was like a little ant. You just said 700,000 people.
It was a big place.
Okay.
With, 20
I'm going to shake your hand. You are the man. 700,000 people. This is his hand. I'm shaking it right there. Okay, what was that like?
It was very special.
Was it nerve-wracking in a way?
Oh, it was totally, because I couldn't juggle because of the wind. It was a giant place.
You're kidding
So there's
me.
lots of wind. It was outside.
Why is it always like that? It's like the day of it. It's so what did you do? You didn't do
the 2-day rehearsals. I couldn't juggle.
Did you
one
hats?
hat. I did the hats, and it was impossible. But the day of the event with the Pope, I did the hats because I said, God, I need a miracle. If it's possible, I would like that.
What's the chances of being in the Vatican? God said, okay, yes, you came
and no
here.
wind. That moment that I juggled, there was no wind, and you can see that on YouTube. It happened like that. I was juggling hats outside.
Your prayers answered.
Yes.
Your prayers.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's very
that's pretty deep.
I met my wife when she was giving a year as a lay missionary. Before I met my wife, she was discerning her vocation. She thought God was calling her to become a nun. She spent 2 years in the convent, and after 2 years, she said, "It's not."
In Argentina? Oh no, in Brazil.
Brazil. I met her because in show business it was hard to find a wife. After 2 years, she went to Mexico as a lay missionary, not as a religious. Lay missionary is like giving a year as a year for the church.
Right.
That's how I met her in Mexico. And she was not religious at that time. She was just helping the church as a lay missionary.
And you were with
yes,
her
I was
helping.
invited for a congress, a Catholic, to do the juggling and give a talk about my
that's
faith.
awesome.
Well, she wanted to do God's will, and she thought that in the beginning it was to become a nun. And then she saw it was not her calling. But she always wanted to do God's will. And after my conversion, when I was 21, I had a big change in my life.
What was the conversion?
Well, until 21, I was living a very crazy life in show business, but I wasn't
right?
finding.
We all do that. Any crazy stories?
I wasn't finding a peace or happiness. And then I said, no, I need to approach God more and to prayer more and go to church and be a better person.
So you had a breakthrough right there.
Yeah.
You had a deep breakthrough at 21 and said, you know what? I need to start changing things.
And then I said, okay, now if I want to continue this way, I would like to find my wife. I don't know if I'm going to find her in the city or in show business, but I know that God knows who my wife is, so I'll pray for her and I'll consecrate her to God from this moment onwards. And every morning in my morning prayer, I said, wherever my wife is, I consecrate her to you, God.
How long did it take until you saw your wife? 10 years.
I did that
prayer. You prayed for 10 years.
Until I found her, and it was worth it.
It is worth it. She's beautiful. You have beautiful kids.
But what's more beautiful is how she is.
So you go to different churches and help them and spread the word. That is great. And performing, how does that make you feel when you're at these churches? Knowing that you guys started from that, you guys met there, you had this breakthrough when you're 21.
Oh, people listen to us and they hear our story and they see how we live our life in show business with this perspective of God in our lives. And they know that every night we pray with our kids together, the 5 of us, the eldest kids and us, and it's a very short prayer.
More than show business. This is real life. This is real life. This is something that you had to break. Everyone's had troubles in their lives. We've had times where it's been low and been high, and you had a situation where you felt like, I need to change, and you did it. And then from there, you found something special. You found someone special to share your life with and have this family, and now you go and you work and perform, and then when you can take time, you will give back to go to the churches and help them and perform for them.
Of course.
And
our children,
dude,
and our children are living this way as well. They love it because they also perform and they travel. I was just 2 weeks ago in Medellin, Colombia. We were invited for an event for the church, and I took Pablo with me, and so he also juggles and he also shares his faith at that young age too.
Where do you feel like the countries really respond to where you go to? Do you go to more of the Latin course? I know you speak Spanish.
Yes, that's our main language. Our family language is Spanish, but it doesn't matter where we are. As long as wherever we are, we try to live accordingly, coherently.
Is there a
our
place
life.
that you enjoy the most, that you love living in, like Spain or Brazil?
We love Spain, but wherever we are, we're happy. It's funny. Jose, our middle boy,
Okay.
yeah, sometimes in one of the contracts we were traveling, and he said, "Oh, Dad, I'm really tired. Let's go home." And the producer said, "Oh, does he want to go to Spain?" He said, "No, he just wants to go to the hotel. That's home. Home is wherever we are.
Right.
Wherever the family's together, that's home."
That's great. This is kind of a different subject. How did you come up with just doing, I wanted to do a soccer ball, I wanted to do the soccer ball with the
Yeah.
rope around my head, I want to do the hats and just clubs.
Well,
Why
my
not
father-
balls? Why not rings?
'Cause
Is it because in ice skates you didn't want to go chase the things? You said, you know what, clubs are easier to flip because I'm on ice?
Maybe that's
And
true.
why'd you get up the ice? Why'd you just do it on
Well,
the ground?
because I was following my father's footsteps. And he does the clubs, he does the ball and the rope as well.
He did Dizzy
And
on
then
ice
hats.
with ice.
Mhm.
He did Dizzy on ice, and you did it on ice.
Yeah.
But eventually you got off the ice and went on stage.
Yes. We were getting more contracts on stage than on ice. I guess.
Did you
it was
prefer
that.
the ice more than the stage?
No, actually on stage. It
But
was
think about
great.
it. When you're on ice, you can throw it and you go fast and you can come back.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, but
right?
it's much easier on stage.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's the feeling of leaving the ice and going to perform on stage and concentrating only on juggling was fantastic.
What
That was
made
a
you so
change.
exciting about these props with the clubs, the soccer ball? Why don't you do anything else?
Well, because of my parents, my father.
So you stuck with what your dad did.
Yeah.
You didn't want to try other things?
I tried it, but I felt I was very comfortable doing that, and I think my kids is happening the same thing. They're doing
Yeah.
more clubs and the hats because I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Is there a
they're
favorite
following-
prop you like the best?
I love the hats. And then soccer because I love soccer.
Yeah.
Those are my two favorites.
So you like the bouncing the soccer ball?
Yeah.
But you don't. You say you don't even practice that.
No, because it's something that I enjoy doing. But it's something like bicycle. Once you learn it, you don't need to practice it as much. Imagine clubs I've been juggling all my life, and that's the thing you need to practice all the time because clubs they always flip and they're always falling.
But
Clubs
soccer ball, it's a
soccer
feel.
ball, it's like it's a feeling, yeah.
Wow. How does it feel now from all these years performing? I mean, how many shows have you done in your life?
I don't know.
Right, a lot.
Yes.
That's a perfect answer.
Yeah,
I don't
a
know
lot.
is a big number.
Yes.
It's a big number.
More than 30 years of performing.
More than 30 years of performing,
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of shows. Any amazing places that you loved performing?
Oh,
You
no,
did?
there's no favorite.
Would you say you did Monte Carlo?
But not the festival. I
Okay.
did the casino 4 times and the Hotel Loves in Monaco. But not I didn't do any festival.
Have you
Ever.
done big? So you haven't done Cirque du Mans or
No,
those-
no, none
Any
of the
any
festivals.
other big shows? Okay, you did the in Winter Garden, right?
Winter Garden, Berlin,
You did
yeah.
this style with rock and roll.
yeah.
That was cool.
And that was fun. Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
That seemed like you were a rock and roll Billy guy, and you had. But what I get from you is you love to. I think from this whole situation with now learning about your wife and going through the mission or through church and so
Yeah.
forth, you love making people happy.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, here's the thing. We see things as jugglers with tricks, but do you think it's more important the connection to the audience more than anything? Because
Yeah, I think
they
so.
see the tricks, but
Yeah.
they like you because of who you are. They see the smile, they see
They
the fun.
appreciate the tricks, but they appreciate more their connection with you.
And this is
I
what
think-
you focus on more. You focus on having more of
Yeah.
a likable personality, having fun with stage. If I'm
Yes.
having fun, they're having fun.
Exactly. If you have fun, they have fun.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Well, I've had a
it's
lot of fun with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Ponce in the
Thank you.
house. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Have a good
It was
day.
a pleasure. Thanks.
See you guys next time.